Hey everybody, find the boys on Facebook by searching The Long Box, a month in comics, and follow them on Twitter at The Longbox MIC.
Welcome to the Long Box. I'm Doug.
I'm Dan.
I'm Danny.
Right, so today is The Tick 2017.
Yes.
We've all done finished watching it. Amazon
Yep.
Prime.
Yep.
Initial.
Wow, that was really sparkling dialogue from us.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we have all watched it. Yes.
Thumbs up or thumbs down, first of all?
Let's go around the room. Start with you.
I'm going to say thumbs up with some caveats.
Thumbs up with interested to see if we have the same caveats.
Yeah.
I'm going to say thumbs right in the middle.
Yeah? Because
Yeah.
you seemed a bit down before you
Yeah,
said
first 4 episodes. We've just watched the last 2 with you guys, but the first 4 I was not into it. I didn't think it was funny enough. I didn't think it knew what it wanted to do. I started to get it, I think, in the last 2 because I think the jokes were there a bit more because I suppose they sort of found their stride with Arthur being a bit more involved.
I certainly think the first 3 episodes are slow paced.
Yeah.
I think one that we have. So episode 4 is we at the party. I think that's where it kind of picks up. Like,
yeah.
I think what was done in the first 3 episodes arguably could be done in 1.
I agree, but like one of my favourite sort of meta jokes from the whole thing relied on that 3-episode arc of it sets up this kind of ooh, is it all in his head? And then it's just, it's just not.
No, because I was pissed off. That pissed me off. That's the trouble. It had a bad taste in my mouth because it tried to set that up, but in episode 1 it had already shot it down because the bad guys that he beat up said there's a big blue guy that came and beat us all up.
Yeah, but the bad guys.
My reading of that at the time is it was a Tyler Durden situation. I thought it was Arthur who then dresses up as.
Yeah.
That was my initial thinking.
Or the
He
bad
was the
guys,
chase.
or the bad guys are all a figment of his imagination as well.
Yeah, that one I didn't read, but yeah.
But they laid it on really thick
Yeah.
with the flashbacks to the moments where the tick suddenly wasn't there. And he's piecing it together, and then oh no, there's a big blue motherfucker right there.
Yeah. That was good.
So that might be too much.
Why is he the voice of the nightlight? Are we saying that he's not a figment of his imagination, but is he a
Okay, so we're going to get down to theories,
product
right?
of his imagination?
Yes, I'd say exactly that. He has. It's going to turn out.
Someone has a superpower, which
Arthur does.
Either
Arthur
has the ability to physically manifest.
Yeah.
His imagination. Yeah, I think that's
Like that cartoon with the dude with the pencil.
Penny Crayon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad you both have kids.
Yeah.
Cause
No, I don't know. I'm talking about one from our childhood. Like,
maybe it got redone.
okay.
I don't know.
When we were kids, there was a program. There was some annoying chick called Penny Crayon that could just draw on a wall, and then it became.
Now my head's running in circles because I'm trying to think of I know who Doug's talking about, but I can't think of the fuck Penny Crayon is.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Sounds Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
No, this was like BBC. I'm sure it was a British
Oh, really?
made thing. Yeah. When you were kids, everything was British, isn't it? Like you didn't differentiate between.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Penny Crayon podcast.
Sorry.
We should do a monthly Penny Crayon. Like, okay.
Can you imagine being the person to find that on iTunes? Like, this 400 episodes?
There is an Australian podcast called It's a Duck Blur, where each week a group of people sit down and watch an episode of DuckTales, and then they review that episode of DuckTales.
It sounds fantastic.
That is the most amazing idea ever.
And would you believe that they just about ran out of episodes and it's just got rebooted?
Yeah, and so,
What?
so then they
It's
finally,
it's almost-
currently... Yeah.
It's like they
Alright.
commissioned it
Oh my
themselves.
god.
Yeah, like, what a stroke of luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose they could go on to Darkwing Duck or something like that afterwards. Like,
We've digressed incredibly.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, going back. Yeah, so
Theories.
Yeah.
What is the tick?
I think that someone's got... I don't think it necessarily has to be Arthur, but I think someone has the ability to manifest.
My gut feeling is because of the nightlight, it is Arthur.
Yeah. He wasn't sharing the room with his sister or anything, was he? It wasn't like she could have the ability. Yeah.
Nothing laid down either way, but
Yeah.
like the tick did this whole... And I will say...
I just think it's more interesting if it isn't... if it isn't
if
Arthur.
it isn't Arthur, because
Yeah.
he's also the moth boy.
And yes, he wouldn't be sharing a room with his sister. Now I said it. That's ridiculous. Is that what you want to criticize?
No, what I was going to say is that he's... The tick... As is the best thing he does is these constant fucking cheerleader speeches of loving Peter Serafinowicz's
You're the only person
take
who
on
can
that.
pronounce
Thank you. but he says, oh, I just feel this amazing connection with you, and when you're not around, I feel like I'm lost.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Arthur.
Okay.
You know, it could be some switcheroo. She wanted something to protect Arthur because that's been set up as her primary concern, looking after him. She left her roller derby. Don't know why that was a fucking thing.
Yeah, I thought it was going to become... Oh, no, it's because... No, I was going to say...
No, it goes nowhere.
No, I was going to say... Because she's a doctor or a nurse that helps the mob when they get shot up.
She's a medical student
Yeah.
who gets some extra cash for helping
But that doesn't need to be a roller derby, does it? That can be anything.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a...
And
roller derby,
leaves
she needs
the
to patch people up, and that's why she...
No, she leaves the roller derby to go do that. She's like in the locker room talking to her large friend.
So somewhat there was a brainstorm meeting. It was like, what's happening right now? Roller derbies.
This all brings me to the next thing I want to discuss is that what Danny was saying about like maybe the pace is off. You know, it took too long to get funny. Did we watch a whole season, or did we just watch half a season?
Oh, we definitely just watched half a season.
Because I wasn't aware of that until you brought it up before we recorded.
We definitely just watched half a season. I must say, for binge watch TV, I loved it being half a season because I know I could just get it done in an evening. This is a conversation I was going to wait until the end to bring up, but we'll just have it now because we're here. It's 3 hours long, and I was just like, okay, if they're producing 3 hours of footage edited together, why didn't Amazon just release a Tick movie rather than releasing that? But I suppose, and I would like your opinion on this, if you're releasing a movie, people expect X, Y, and Z, which this doesn't deliver. Where in fact this show wants to do half-hour stories.
It wants to wander.
Yeah, which you can't do in a movie, and therefore you need a explosive third act that this doesn't give you. And so this is kind of like, I'm not saying this is a format in itself because it's just fucking television, but I enjoyed the fact it was 3 hours, but cut up in these little kind of, it's like, I don't want to say it's a trick, but TV normally, once upon a time we lived in a world where TV was once a week, and that you tune in next week, where now it's not, but we're still using those like brackets. It's still a form of storytelling.
Yeah, there's still, everything has to have its individual 3-act structure.
Yeah.
Which I say this really doesn't at times. It properly wanders off.
I do think you can say, well, this is the episode where this happens. This is the episode where this happens. Which sometimes you can't say that about meandering TV. Yeah. So this is kind of half and half. It's not quite what HBO does, but it's definitely not what CW does.
Yes. CW is the great example of like, although people do binge watch that stuff, it is made very rigidly. Every episode is a pick up, put it down.
You have a bingo card, don't you? Where you can go, okay, this is what's going to happen.
He's only worn the costume twice, so we can expect another one before the next outbreak.
Yes, or fight sequences. There's always going to be 3 fight sequences.
And it will be in a warehouse if you're watching Arrow.
Yeah. And the false jeopardy, that's always the thing. Like, John Barrowman being like, and you must die! Advert bag at the end, and then someone pops up. No, he doesn't. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Okay. Yeah. There's a lot of that, but you don't have to put up with it. Because I was thinking the other way, and then the Fox would have never done it because they spent 100+ million on it. But when the three of us left the cinema after watching the Fantastic Four, my thoughts...
The Fan-Four-tastic.
The Fan-Four-tastic, or Fan-Four-stick, or however it is.
Fan-Four-stick.
Yeah.
Fan-Four-astic? No, because it is the A.
Yeah.
I'll leave it now. Yeah. Carry on.
I had that thing of like, if you cut this up into a mini-series, this would be more palatable. Because the problem is it fails as a film, doesn't it?
Yes.
It just doesn't hit its beat.
In every possible regard.
Yeah, where I was just like, okay, if we just cut this up and released it as a 3-parter on Netflix, I'm not saying it would have been great, because there's still all the problems that are there, but I think it would have been like, oh, that was interesting. Yeah. We would have been far more okay with that. But the fact it is a movie is the reason that it fails. And I think the Tick is the same thing as well. It's not like you can be like, oh, why don't we just spend that budget on a movie? We're going to make 3 hours of footage anyway. Yeah. No, it's because TV and movies are not just the length. That's not the difference.
No. Also, I think if that was a film, you'd think, why the fuck did they shoot this in someone's back garden?
Yeah.
Like, it is not shot like a movie.
No, it's
the
not.
colours are bright and bold and vivid and stand out against the background. And the costumes look.
We had that conversation.
Homemade.
We had that conversation about distribution of budget though, because I think it's shot extremely well. I don't know who the DP is, but like he's on it. He's real good. And like we said, anything that doesn't involve superheroes in that show is it looks like it could be out of something quite high quality.
Yeah.
It's just when the superheroes come in, that's where it feels ridiculous.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, and now I must say that's probably how I could sum up the show in general. Is the reason I love this show, the Tick, for me, doesn't wash. Like
The Tick as a character.
As a character, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, he's fun, he's amusing, he's got a few lines and stuff.
He's definitely getting better along the way, though.
Yeah,
I found him
funnier.
He's just there to
in the
react
last two.
in an amusing way.
Yeah.
Or to cheerlead, as you said.
Yes, the cheerleading scenes are just
Yeah.
great. When he's like shouting encouragement when he's learning to fly.
I'm not sure if I care about the character of Arthur, but I do care about his story. Like his through line is real fun.
Yeah.
It's
Fun is
surprisingly
the
how
wrong word, but
fucking dark it started.
yeah, with the
Because,
death
like-
of his parents.
Yeah, because that was brutal.
Or his
And-
death is.
And then like the terror shows up and it's like, it's fine, just shoot them. My virus ate their eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, what am I watching?
Well, it was it was almost a week, more than a week ago. I saw it. What was it? It was like weaponized
Weaponized syphilis.
syphilis. It was
Yeah.
syphilis. Yeah. I knew it was something like that. But yeah, so the Tick and Arthur, yeah, I can take or leave. But I love the world it's set in.
Yeah.
And I was saying before we press record, it's the same as The Watchmen. Like, you can criticize The Watchmen all you like, or complain about Zack Snyder's like interpretation of what The Watchmen is. But the fact of the matter is, that was the first movie we ever saw which was a quote unquote shared universe where superheroes were coexisting together. And I think it needs to be applauded for that. And that's exactly what the Tick does. It starts off with like. It starts off not even showing us the Tick. It starts off with Superion.
Yeah.
Was it 1906
Three
or
or
something?
something, right?
Yeah.
1903, yeah.
Here you are. You have the man from space, the Superman, and it goes from there. And I just like the fact it is a universe of superheroes, and the Tick is just one of them. And I'll just like side crowbar into that. I think The Incredibles hasn't been given enough praise for being that as well. Everyone praises The Incredibles for being the best Fantastic Four movie that's ever been made.
Yeah.
The only good Fantastic
Yeah,
Four.
yeah.
But it's not. It's arguably a great Marvel movie as well, because it's not just the characters of the Fantastic Four that are set up there. It is a universe of superheroes.
Yeah, it's an X-Men film
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Yeah.
And it's what both the Incredibles and this have in common is that it's not like there was the event 4 years ago and everyone has, like, in the words from the narration from Ted, like, no matter how special something is,
Nobody
gives a fuck a
Yeah.
year later. It's not that. It's that there have always been.
Yes, yeah. In the modern society,
Yeah.
there has always been superheroes. Yeah.
So there's no, since the rise of these supers, so we're not going to get a fucking Watchmen situation.
But I do agree with that TED argument when it comes to superhero comparison, because that must be really hard when writing comics or anything with superheroes. It's like, you're trying to say it in the real world, quote unquote. How do normal people react to that? And it is trying to get that balance, because some people just go. Sometimes you write it that it doesn't affect people's lives at all, which I think is probably a mistake. But then again, I don't think it would go all the other way. Like, I always argue, like, in a world with Superman, surely there'd be no religion. Or, you know what I mean? There would be no Christianity, because there's your fucking Messiah right there. Like, surely that would affect. But maybe not. But the TED thing is, I think that hits it. And it's like, just eventually, people just get on with our lives. And it's the same. I don't think we don't look at Usain Bolt and be like, he's a fucking superhero. We just go, he's a guy that can run.
I'm not sure. There's an argument to be made.
And I think that's what we'd say about the Flash if he existed. We'd be like, he can fucking run. He's got some speed on him, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, we just go like, oh wow, fancy that, and just fucking go back to work. Like,
Between Usain Bolt and the guy who plays the mountain, Hathball?
Yeah.
It's time to start wondering.
Yeah, you reckon they could build their own Justice League?
Absolutely.
Okay. Just need like an ultimate fighter in there, and yeah. Or yeah, like a fucking. We don't look at a quarterback that can throw a fucking ball the entire length of a football field and think, holy, like, superhuman. Like, we're not calling them metahumans. We just go, oh, fancy that. They can do it. And then we just go on to do work.
Isn't that impressive?
And I just think we'd do the same. We'd just be like, oh, it's just another day. Okay.
But they are
It's
distinguishing.
like, going back to The Incredibles, he's like, there's that scene in there where Dash is running at the end,
Yeah.
and he tries to slow down, like to not look too fast.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you look closely, you'll see Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt does.
yeah.
Usain pulls up, and that's
Start celebrating, doing a little hop.
yeah.
skip,
And I
yeah.
always said that. I mean, I haven't followed it. I haven't seen any Usain Bolt runs for a few years. But when he came on the scene, I was always like, just fucking go full whack to the end. Don't slow up for the finish line. And I always expected him when he got older would just go the full. I don't know if he ever did.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
He's
it.
retired now.
He actually
Yeah.
lost his last race, didn't he?
Yeah.
He did, yeah. But
Well, not lost, but didn't come first.
yeah,
Yeah.
so he came second or,
Yeah,
third
yeah,
or something.
That's losing for him. Isn't
Yes,
it?
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if also this is not a podcast about professional sports, but I'm sure I heard something about like he not long ago had an injury or something.
Okay.
Like, that man at his best
Yeah.
is like with like
He's
every
Barry
race,
Allen. Yeah.
every race he's ever won, you can see him celebrate
Like.
90 meters in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I've heard though that he really needs encouragement to train and to get off his
he
arse.
strikes me as lazy, like,
Yeah.
which is a weird thing to say about the fastest
This
man in the world.
existence.
I saw the
Yeah.
interview of when he broke the world record. Like that day, he'd ate 40 McDonald's chicken nuggets. Something
Wow.
stupid.
But I know nothing about the sport either, but I also hear he doesn't start well either. Like he's off the blocks bad.
He's big and heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so he overtakes everyone,
Right.
which as a professional sprinter must be galling.
he's coming. He's coming. He's coming. Yeah.
So how good is the Turk and how much do we want to talk about it?
The tick. Yeah.
Okay, no, we just haven't sat down and done this in a while. It's not that
Just
it's
run
all
Penny
good.
Crayon and fucking Usain Bolt.
And it's a duck player.
Since we're talking about the fucking metahumans and setting records, the guy who plays the mountain just set the world record for lifting a rock over his head.
Right.
One, can't believe that's a thing.
No. Yeah. Why is that? Why is
It's one
that?
of the. It's like it's like the Icelandic strongest man competitions.
Yeah.
They have some like Highland game influences, and so they have just a big fucking rock of various weights. And I think the one he lifted like from the ground to his chest, then above his head, was like 400 pounds.
See, this is what I'm talking about. So this happens, and I don't even know about it. So of course we
Yeah.
could live in a world of superheroes.
Thank you
And-
for segueing back to superheroes.
Exactly.
Well done.
Yeah. So I enjoy the world. The Tick and Arthur, I have a lot of fun with. But yeah.
I like some of the stuff that happens when they're not on screen. I was trying to remember the names. I should have looked up before we started the podcast.
So we got
But you
linked.
might remember. No. What's the? There's a news thing about the cat guy. I think he's called
Catman
the
Dude. Catman
Oh,
Dude.
Catman Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a great name.
Yeah, Catman Dude. So that's why, because we were talking, I was like, I remember a billionaire situation. So Catman Dude is basically the Adam West Batman, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
set
yeah.
in the 60s.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a billionaire that used his money to... And then once Catman Dude gets revealed as being this billionaire, there's then some sort of embargo or some sort of law that means that you can't... Like, every superhero has amnesty. So if you...
Yeah, so I don't know how many amendments there are, but like I'm assuming whichever is the highest number, one higher.
Yeah.
The amendment
Yeah.
means that they no longer have to. That it is can no longer compel them to unmask.
Yeah. Which, this is what I'm saying. So the show comes off as two-dimensionally silly, but I really think they've broken down, in areas like that,
Yeah.
they've really broken down the concept and deconstructed the concept of superheroes. Yeah.
But I just love the joke. I can't remember the joke, but the joke where he says where he got arrested for, wasn't it for?
A load of people have been mauled, and I think he said, "No, it wasn't me. It was the mauler."
yeah. He says something along the lines of, "I don't do that. I scratch. It must have been the mauler." Yeah.
Yeah, and it was very much shot in the same way as Watchmen when you see the Minutemen, isn't it? And like the black and
Because he looks shit.
white. Yeah. He was in
Gloriously shit.
Yeah, he was in a
Fucking
felt
Poundland cat costume.
a felt cat.
It
cat
was
costume.
terrible.
But what a name for a superhero! Did anyone watch the cartoon when they were kids?
No,
you're not aware.
I
of it?
did
should
watch it.
go
But
on-
I don't remember anything.
I mentioned before we recorded, but I should go on record for the podcast. This is my first The Tick
Tick,
thing.
okay.
Like, I've been aware of the cartoon, the comic, and the series with remind me of his name.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah, also.
And that's more of a sitcom though, isn't it? That's more of a in the flat sitcom. That's
I can't imagine him doing energetic. By the way, does
Yeah.
he do it in his usual deadpan?
I've never seen it, but my understanding is
Have none of us seen it?
No,
Oh,
my
it's an error.
my
We should be sat here comparing it.
my
right?
understanding is it's like set in it's like Friends. It's just set in an apartment sort of thing. Like that's the joke.
I don't know if it's that or if that's just how I'm picturing it because it's that guy.
Oh, okay.
And
Like
he just comes.
because I assumed it would be like, remember My Hero? The BBC did that show My Hero.
with
Oh,
Arlo
God, yeah.
Hanlon.
Yeah, where it was
Yeah.
just like everything happened outside of like, and he's just I assume that's what the sitcom The Tick was,
Probably.
which kind of sounds great. Like,
Yeah,
I can watch that.
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved My Hero.
Yeah. I bet it doesn't hold up.
Hugh Dennis is Dr. Pierce Crispin.
I bet that doesn't hold up though.
I bet it does not. No, there's some later seasons where he had a magic baby. And
Didn't they change the hero as well?
They did. Oh, I completely stopped watching.
Okay.
Ardlo Hanlon was the life and soul of that show.
So are we on now?
What did they change? Was it
They
a different
changed
hero
it
or just
for-
a different actor?
Different actor. They Doctor Who regenerated him.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure it was the twitchy gay guy from Gimme Gimme Gimme.
Right. Yes, that sounds quite right. Doesn't this feel like our first podcast where we just couldn't stay on topic? Because
Yes.
we just like haven't spoke to each other and like
It's been a while.
yeah. But yeah, I suppose that is a good comparison. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of other. So what do you think
Sorry,
of the villain?
I've just IMDb'd my hero.
Yeah.
The planet he's from is Planet Ultron.
Cool.
Okay.
What did you think about the villain in this?
Okay, so
What terror?
I wanted to say first that I love Miss Lind.
Yeah.
And like it's some of her scenes where it's not being goofy and comic about her static thing
It's scary.
could be from like I think you were saying just before we recorded like that those could be scenes from you could cut that together and say it's the new, new Netflix Marvel thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's shot that well.
Yeah, and she looks amazing.
Yeah. And she's got what electric style powers, isn't she?
Yeah, and a glass eye just because it's cool.
Yeah, it looks badass. Yeah.
Big old scar. Yeah,
but unfortunately, a side effect of her powers is like lint sticks to her because she's electric. And
I
thought
did
that was-
not get that until Dan pointed out. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is very clever. I love
like
that.
that's why
so
she was
much.
called Miss Lynn. Were you drunk during that fucking flashback?
No, I don't think I was really watching the first 4 episodes. I just
You weren't.
I wasn't into
Yeah,
it.
you were doing it as a job. For this
Yeah, I wasn't really into it, to be honest with you.
To be honest, I think probably if those first 2 episodes are a bit slow.
Yeah.
I think they're slow because they feel slow because once you get to episode 6, it's done.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't grab you,
Yeah,
you might struggle.
Yeah. Like we've
that's
had
what I
that
would
conversation about Rick and Morty. Like, how do you get people in? Because maybe episode 1 or 2, maybe not.
I'm pretty sure you got to time down, which, like socially, feels like what's happening.
Yeah.
People are feeling like socially strapped to a chair and forced to watch it. And that's good because once you're 4 or 5 episodes in, you're like...
Is it not like Invasion of the Body Snatchers like that way? Like, I don't want to be a fan. It's like, you will be a fan. Like... Okay, so Miss Limp, one of my favourite scenes is the fact that she lives with her ex-husband.
And
in his evil lair.
And he's just there out of spite.
Yeah, and he's like some sort of surfer dude.
Yeah. He's a complete fucking clothes horse.
And then the PS of that is then you find out in episode 6, he was the IT guy. When they were...
He was the tech guy from the previous layer.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because her boss, the Terror, is that fucking... What's his name? We should just give him a name if we can't remember. It's like Terry or something.
Haley.
What, the actor, or you mean...
No, the character.
Oh, you mean the tech guy?
Yeah.
I believe it may
There's
have
a one to call him like Larry, but I'm probably just thinking...
I can't remember.
been Larry the Cable Guy or something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
Billy?
I don't know, we'll riff what we're talking about. But I think that's really funny, the idea that, you know, she's this menacing force and she has to go home every day, you know, see how they really live sort of thing.
Yeah.
Although, as I said to you guys off air, I hated that conversation they were having about buying
Yeah, they didn't write it very well.
They didn't write, well, they wrote it wrong, where she says to him, why don't you buy me out? And he goes, well, why don't you buy me out? And he goes, well, she says, well, it's my lair. It's like, yeah, that's
if
the
you
reason.
bought him out,
Then it
you'd
would be
buying
your
back
lair.
your lair.
Yeah.
Or maybe her argument is like, I shouldn't have to, you should fucking move out, it's
but
my
then
lair.
write that better.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I'd say across the board the script's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
There's a couple of... Okay, so the writers obviously prefer writing witty banter between an Alan Tudyk robot and a man called Overkill.
Yeah, okay.
Those are tight.
Before we go on to the terror, then let's talk about my favourite character, which is Overkill.
Yes.
So what this is a deconstruction of...
Let's call him Punisher Stroke.
Well, no, I just mean the whole show is a deconstruction of, your superhero universe. And in a superhero universe, you always have the guy that maybe the others think push it too far. Whether that be Batman or the Punisher, they're pretty much the two that I
Anti-heroes.
Yes. That is, and so this one's like obviously called Overkill, which I think is absolutely amazing. And he looks Deathstroke-like, isn't it? It's a skull, a cross between Deathstroke and Crossbone. I think is the best way to describe.
And he's just with a voice modulator and a mask and tech and knives.
Just knives and guns.
I just remember that possibly my favourite fucking line from the show is when they're interviewing what's the main guy's name?
Rambo?
No, Arthur.
Arthur, yeah.
Sorry. The police are interviewing Arthur, and they're like, okay, so tell us about this overkill guy who you're obviously making up, is kind of their thing. And he's like, it's like he was looking for somewhere to put his knife.
Yeah.
And nowhere was good enough. But that sums him up pretty well.
Obviously, as like one of the biggest Batman fans ever, I love all like kind of Batman's, like when he's talking about he can't quite say let's work together. He's like, maybe you and I should work near each other. You know, like it's a real good, like it feels like something that you want Will Arnett to say. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good pull. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Overkill's the main reason I stayed tuned in. Was absolutely loving this.
Yeah.
It's like you're riffing on something that I absolutely love. I love Superion as well. I think that's a nice little. I like the design. Like, because it must be real hard to redesign Superman.
Yeah.
It's been
Oh
done.
well, tell DC that.
Yeah.
Because they keep
Talk
fucking
to Zack
trying.
Snyder.
Yeah. Yeah. No. What I think is pretty good is that Superion, like when the sort of I got what the
Keep
setup
riffing
for
on
the
that
show
one.
was going to be. Was, it seemed like Superion was going to be that kind of goofy white knight who doesn't quite make sense in the world. But Superion, compared to the fucking Tick...
Yeah, you
is
thought
a
he
down
was
to-
going to be the Tick character.
Yeah.
didn't you?
But no, Tick is the one that is, like, stepped off of a comic book page.
Yeah.
Whereas we see scenes with, like, Superion strategizing and talking to the military and having a sensible approach to things. He's still a fucking cheesy superhero, but he's not paper thin like the Tick is.
While watching it, I did
Because he's
think...
been there for 100 years, mind.
Yeah.
110 years.
I did think that Superior might turn out to be the villain because we see so little of him in it. Like, it was like they weren't making him a character, and the fact that they made a deal of kind of making sure he was the opening credit scene, I was like, is he the Terror? Like, is the Terror playing both sides? Is that like his ultimate evil? Is that why?
What I get from that is I don't think they're much like they are in comic books. Not in this. I don't think he's restricted to that city.
Yes, yeah.
So
yeah,
I just think
yeah.
he's off doing
Oh,
shit.
yeah. In fact, very
He's
much.
only turned up because there's a 100-foot guy.
Yes, because he doesn't do that.
Which is never explained why that 100-foot guy's at this.
There's a news clip. Like,
yeah, but like it's not like, oh, he got struck by lightning and
Yeah, no, it is.
we're in a world where superhero because Superior.
Some sort of gardening accident.
Yeah, no, it was like radioactive fertilizer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they
But
gave
they sort of set up that shit was around because you have Superior doing the Captain America fucking VTs
yeah.
going, not all glowing green liquid will give you superpowers. Most of it will kill you. So obviously we're in a world
playing with a puddle of green ooze.
because we're obviously in a world where that shit happens because there's supers.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's just one of the things that happened. Like a man in a robot octopus costume might rob a bank in the next half of this season, or we are as normal as most shit seems. We are in a world where that DC stuff goes down.
Yeah, okay, cool. I like the idea of the Flag 5, which is this universe's Fantastic Four.
With Christian Soldier and his dog Onward.
Yeah. Can you remember any of the others?
No.
But they get killed, or you know, in the when the show starts, they're already dead. That's the main thing and that's Arthur's kind of
That's
obsession.
That's his
origin story.
That's his origin story of his obsession with the Terror.
Yeah, because
It also kills his dad.
His dad was the byproduct of the Flag 5 dying. He was caught in the...
Arthur says at one point, you made my favourite superheroes kill my dad. Or
Yeah.
something along those lines, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Because
no,
they're
it's fucking dark.
Yeah, that's what... Okay, so this show as well, as we're talking about as being this kind of wacky comedy, the story on paper is not. Like, they've plastered the comedy, like, it is...
It's got that kind of... I'm not... Okay, this is going to be an over-accreditation, but that kind of Joss Whedon snippy comic dialogue.
Yeah.
I'm
That
giving
is-
it too much praise
Yeah,
there,
you are
but
giving it
that's
too much
the...
praise, but that's the best
That's
way-
what they're emulating.
Yeah. So you first of all come down with a quote-unquote serious plot, and then you're layering on the fun on top of it. So, like, none of the action beats or any of the story beats are parody or out of this world silly. They're all having
Or faux heroic. It's all genuine.
Yeah, it's just then you lay the comedy and the Tick on top of it.
Yeah.
So that's where it loses me a little bit. You know, why isn't the Tick... It all should be pretty dark, and then the Tick should be the only funny, stupid thing, shouldn't he? Because I think it's too muddled for my taste.
Yeah.
But has it not just subverted that expectation for you? Like, as opposed to, because you're saying it should be that. Why?
Because I think it would work better, in my opinion.
No.
Okay, so what you're
Because I
saying
think-
is they should make a straight show.
Yeah.
They should be making a Netflix Marvel show.
Yeah.
And then the tickers along for the ride.
Yeah.
So the tick's there just like...
Yeah.
What's it, right said Fred? No, what's the
Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that is interesting. The thing is, if you made that show, most of my favourite things about the show would not be there then. So what I love is the subverting. I don't want to use the word parodying, but the kind of deconstruction of the characters that I like, which you wouldn't get away with if you were doing. So if you were doing a straight up show, you know what I mean, and then just having the tick along, because I think the tick is the least interesting thing about the show.
Yeah.
So what you're going to give me then is a straight show,
That's my point. He's the least most.
and it
least
shouldn't
interesting
be.
thing,
Yeah.
because everything else is a bit goofy as well.
Yeah.
Besides
Okay.
the main
Okay.
story,
Okay.
like Overkill's fantastic.
Yeah.
But he's a bit goofy, and he's got a goofy robot.
Yeah.
So should he be completely playing it straight, and then you get the dickhead robot talking to him as well, and then they can play it off that way?
Honestly,
I'm not saying it should be just the tick, but
I think the show works well as it is, and I
think Arthur and the tick play off well.
I
against each
think
other.
I would describe it as like any kind of Marvel movie, where Marvel movies do have, all of them have a straight through line, like the story works whatever style of film you want to make, but they just decide to make it a hyper real, everyone's having a laugh,
Yeah.
you know, people see the funny side of things in Marvel movies, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like if we took the plot beats of Guardians of the Galaxy and gave it to another writer,
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder, I wasn't going to keep bringing him up, but
But
yeah,
no, he's the poster child for taking shit too seriously.
yeah, you would end up with something a little bit earnest and a little bit, you know, but you could still
Yeah.
make that, you know, it's still, you'd end up with something more like the prequels where no one's having fun, including the audience.
And having
Okay.
just one comic relief character to offset that, for me,
It's pissing in the wind.
yeah, absolutely. He's not going to provide levity because he's just going to rub against the grain of the show.
He'll be the Jar Jar
Yeah,
Binks of
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Not even a pop culture ringtone.
No.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
But what would have happened if we called you Doug? Let's do this.
It's just the factory settings. Like, I don't have...
Ballad of Serenity.
Okay.
So I win this round.
I had that a couple of years ago.
Oh,
Uh,
that felt like a
Burn,
burn.
I don't even know why. That's been off the air for fucking years.
I had that years ago.
I thought you'd have like a Rick and Morty rap or something like that. Like, it's the Morty dance.
Oh,
or
I'm
something.
I'm not bandwagoning.
Dub. I think now that you've
Yeah.
just said that. I don't give a fuck. That's my tagline.
I will say, I do genuinely believe we would rather be doing a Rick and Morty podcast.
Yeah.
How was it? How
No,
amazing?
because we would just be laughing and telling each other our favourite lines. and
Yeah.
True,
shit.
yeah, actually, no, there needs to be some conflict. Because if we were doing a Rick and Morty podcast, it would just be us reciting lines and shit
Yeah.
going, hey, it's really good, it's really good.
We just record the episode.
Yeah.
The Terror then. Let's go on with the Terror. So Magneto.
Amazing.
I love the design. It's
Yeah,
the
because
Magne-
the T.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Magneto design. But instead of it being a helmet, it's chain link. But it
Yeah,
hangs
It's like
exactly.
a cowl.
Yeah. It's homeboy from Watchmen. What's his name? Rorschach. What's his name?
Jackie
let me
O'Haley.
get-
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you beat me on IMDb.
Do we like him as an actor?
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't get enough to do. Every time I see him, I love him, but
I cannot imagine that guy doing a normal person.
he's great in Preacher, wasn't he? He was really good in Preacher when he's in season 1 of Preacher.
Who was he in season 1?
It-
Yes.
yeah, he's
oh,
the
yeah,
oil
no,
tycoon.
he's,
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
great
yeah,
in
yeah.
that.
I say season 1.
Weirdly
Yeah,
obsessed with
everyone-
pigs.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Like listening to the... Yeah, no, he can't... I don't think he could do normal person. He couldn't do the guy at the back.
I'm gonna just throw this out there. 'cause
Kruger in the
I was just
back.
about to say that. Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
he
he
plays
Yeah,
Kruger.
no,
he plays Kruger.
Yeah. Kruger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd say he was... That
I've
was,
not
that was
seen
his
it,
breakout, right?
I thought
No,
Rorschach was first.
Watchmen was
Yeah, I
before
thought Rorschach was first.
Okay, fair enough.
But
Okay,
yeah,
we were
then
right.
I see him pop up in stuff like the RoboCop remake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't get to see enough of him, and I'm really glad he got to do this. That
Yeah.
makeup is amazing.
Dark Tower. Sorry, I've just remembered what I've seen him recently. He was in Dark Tower.
Oh,
Haven't seen it yet, but will do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me and you, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Dark Tower.
Yeah. We have different opinions on Dark Tower, don't we?
Don't keep waiting for me to watch this movie to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, but my point is, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. But you think it's the worst piece of shit you've ever seen? I don't
Not
understand.
ever, I think. Yeah, since Fantastic, I put it on the level of the Fantastic.
Doug, we recently watched the Jaws marathon, so you can't say
yeah,
it's
okay.
the worst movie ever.
Modern, really. Yeah, modern movie.
Yeah.
I thought
it was just fine. I'm not saying it was good. It was just
I will
fine.
be unswayed, Danny. I'm going to watch this movie and break this tie.
Okay, yeah. So you will be the official Longbox tiebreaker on
Yes.
that. Yeah. But yeah, so his character Terra, the makeup underneath looks amazing.
Yeah.
I was trying to watch to be like, what's it doing, like, makeup wise? Are they just building?
Yeah, I don't know
how
how
much is actually him and how much is.
I don't know how much of it's prosthetic and how much of it's
I think
contouring, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I think it's very little. It just looks like they've sunk his eyes a bit because
They built up the brow and the
that's-
cheekbones.
yeah, that's it really. I
It
think.
just sounds so subtly, but obviously looks like.
Because he's got a weird shaped face.
Yeah.
So like Dan
yeah.
said, you just contour it a bit, chuck a little bit of prosthetics on, he looks even fucking weird.
There is one scene where he's wearing a suit and you can tell they stopped at the neck a little bit.
You're really okay.
Which it might be part of what they're going for, like
He's
something
only
happened to his head.
Yeah, he's the Red Skull of
Yeah.
this universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, genuinely terrifying on screen.
Yeah.
Extremely powerful. The way he talks is, he's the master of his own destiny. Like,
Yeah.
he's above everyone, and he's doing the old. And that's the thing. It's about career greats. He's talking like he's a sports star. Like, I've done it all. What I need to do though is the big bet. Like,
Yeah.
I
need to come back for that title fight.
Exactly. Yeah. I need to come out of retirement to kill Superion.
Yeah.
I just love his attitude towards it, and that's the universe.
One of my favourite bits of his is like when he's like reciting what he's done for the last few years. I've been killing the bees.
Yeah.
That was me.
Just because.
Yeah, she goes, dick move.
Yeah. Like,
This is such
I
petty bullshit.
keep comparing it to The Incredibles bit. Literally, if you tweak it, it could be the same universe. Like,
Yeah.
it's that kind of tongue-in-cheek kind of. Yeah.
But when we're introduced to him, obviously it's that dark moment where he shows up and just
Horrible.
execution style takes out the fucking the Flag 5.
What I love about that scene as well is the Flag 5 ship. Like, because obviously we live in a modern world where some people's exposure to the Fantastic Four is just those movies. But the Fantastic Four used to cruise around. Oh no, it is in one of the movies, isn't it? That in
It's nodded to the end of the Rise of the Silver Surfer.
in Silver Surfer they are
Fantastica.
Yeah, they are in
Yes.
the Fantastic Car. Yeah, aren't
They
they?
don't call it the Fantastic Car.
But yeah, okay, so modern audiences.
Although
know
I'm
what
not
we're
sure
talking-
why that's where they drew the line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, who went? Don't call it that. That's fucking retarded. Like, that's just ridiculous.
They just pointed to their combo, The Thing, Johnny Storm, Invisible Woman.
Which
Mr.
I don't want to do a
Fantastic.
podcast about that movie, but it makes no sense. Like, the concept of that crossover is they swap powers. So when all four of them go together,
Fusion.
it shouldn't happen.
My Dragon Ball Z reference not going to land here, is it?
No,
Okay.
no. But that it wouldn't end up with one person have all the powers. Like, that's dumb. That ruined the movie for me.
I will say the guy who played Lauren Rad, dropping some Silver Surfer real knowledge, was good.
Yeah, Silver Surfer was good in that film. Isn't that?
He was voiced by Foster's face, though, wasn't he?
He's
Who
saying
played him?
voiced like he was there.
He
No,
wasn't,
it's the
though.
same
No,
guy.
it's
Yeah.
Lawrence
Who
Fishburne
do you think
voiced
it's
it.
voiced by?
Lawrence Fishburne voiced Silver Surfer, didn't he?
I didn't think so.
I don't think so.
It's played by the guy, and now we're doing it's this guy who did this.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy who plays the fish guy in Hellboy. I'm sure.
Oh,
it's
the
that.
guy who does every weird body thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's also in the new Star Trek Beyond as the guy in the prosthetics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure that's
So
the
maybe
same
it
actor.
is voiced by someone. Okay. Hey, I'm sure our listeners are fascinated by this.
Okay, I'll riff a little bit because that fish
Yeah.
guy from Blue, from Hellboy. Sorry, I don't know my Hellboy mythology comic book listeners. He is played by that actor, but voiced by the guy who does Niles Crane.
Yeah.
In the first movie, but then in the sequel, they let the actor be the voice as well as the
Body.
yeah.
I've got a feeling his name's Doug Jones.
That sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So Fantastic Four.
I know. I'll
Silver
spin that
Surfer.
around to actors that play something and they get voiced to the tick. So Darth Maul is played by the guy who plays the Toad in X-Men, but voiced by Peter Serafinowicz. That is Darth Maul.
He is,
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. And apparently that came about because he met George Lucas just before the prequels, and it was like, I can do a great Darth Vader impression. And Peter Serafinowicz got the kind of glass out and went, and did the voice for him, because Peter Serafinowicz is a master of accents, as we can tell in this movie.
So, to clarify, Doug Jones, who is the weird body guy and everything you've ever seen. Have you ever seen Legion? Like, he plays, I think, a couple of different roles in Legion. He's the bent over backwards ice cream man.
Yeah.
But it was in fact voiced by Lawrence Fishburne.
But it was Doug Jones who.
It was Doug Jones was the body. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we'll.
In the same way that whenever someone is a CGI mocap man, it's Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Whenever someone's under 3 feet of prosthetics, it's Doug Jones.
Doug Jones. Okay, cool. I wonder what makes him.
He was, but Hocus Pocus. He's the zombie.
He was way back then.
Yeah,
yeah.
He has always been that dude.
Okay, but not in the Tick. So
by the way, I didn't get that from IMDb. I fucking knew that shit.
Okay, so not from the Tick. Okay.
Going back to the Terror turning up.
Yeah.
I love the bit where he shoots 4 of them, and then goes, "No, just crush
just
that one's
crushes
hands."
hands. Yeah. Do we even know why?
Is he still alive?
I think he must be. We're going to visit that character. We've got to.
I hope so. Yeah. I hope this is one of those shows that will do callbacks to small moments like that. Yeah.
But so he ends up. So the Terror just sees this kid there whose daddy's just squished, and just goes over and taunts him a bit.
Yeah.
And there's a photographer there.
Throws
his ice cream on the floor after necking off.
Because he's evil. Yeah.
And so he ends up being in this photograph, which becomes like the Napalm Girl.
On Time Magazine.
Generation.
Yeah.
Like everyone. You're the kid from that photo.
Yeah.
You poor fuck.
Yeah.
And so it's just really infamous and dark and sinister. And
so
real.
then from there, Arthur then kind of becomes the conspiracy man who just who believes that the Terror is still alive.
And he's been committed with mental health.
We ever see the Terror's quote unquote death? We never see Superior and Kill Terror, and that is why I was convinced that they were one of the same or in league with each other. But I don't now knowing the cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, I don't think that is.
We'll have to explain that out, but
okay. So the episode 6 ends with Arthur being kidnapped by the Terror, and when it's revealed to Arthur it's the Terror, he just screams cliffhanger.
He just gets in his face. Cliffhanger.
I mean, I'm certain it was scripted, but if there's any chance it wasn't, that would make me so happy.
Yeah, do you think it was just like, we got some film guys, just go?
Cliffhanger.
Because I'm sure that's scripted.
No, only Judd Apatow does that bullshit.
Yeah. That's another podcast. That's something I'm very passionate about. Is Judd Apatow someone buy that guy a pair of scissors for Christmas for fuck's sake. Yes. Okay, is there any other beats you want to go through?
No beat. I think we haven't. What we haven't really done is talked about
the Tick.
Yeah. And what his role is in this.
Okay.
And also.
His performance. Okay, should we talk about his performance first?
Yes, Peter Serafinowicz, I think, is doing whatever he's doing really well.
Yeah.
Yes, but what he is doing is Adam West.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, okay, I'm not the biggest Tick fan. As we spoke about, I vaguely remember the cartoon, and when watching the cartoon, they were interchangeable between that and Earthworm Jim. That was the time.
My God.
That was the time I was watching it. So I was trying to think of some of the jokes from the Tick cartoon. And I was like, is that an Earthworm Jim cut? They were, they had the same mannerisms and the same, the style. So I couldn't tell. So based on that, I'm not the biggest Tick fan. But I always remember him being just uber macho. That was the joke. He was your what you were trying
Johnny
to.
Bravo.
Yeah. Johnny Bravo. Yeah.
Yes,
Perfect. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. But in this, he's not. He's Adam West.
Yeah, but he's the kind of. So Adam West, as fucking one note as that Batman character is light and shade.
Yeah.
It's the to the Batmobile, Robin, but it's also the kind of the two halves of what Adam West Batman is.
Yeah.
Is the Tick in this, and Big Daddy in Kick-Ass.
Yes.
Because there is a kind of grumpy, or not even grumpy, but a low, thoughtful version of what that character is.
Yeah.
When he's deducting and shit like that.
Are you talking about the Tick? Are you talking about...
No, I'm talking about Adam West's Batman.
Yeah.
And it's that lower register, if you want to call it that, Batman, that Nicolas Cage does for Big Daddy and Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
And kind of everything that's left if you take that away, is what the Tick is.
Oh, so you're saying
all sunshine.
So you're saying the Tick is Adam West with no range?
Is yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Right.
Deliberately so.
Yeah. Of course. Now, does that work better than him being Johnny Bravo?
I think so, and I think Danny probably doesn't. But the reason I think so is because of something we agree on, which is what the Tick is, which is something we haven't been told in this show yet.
Yeah.
And we both feel like he is, in some way, a manifestation of Arthur's desire for there to be a hero.
Heroes. Yeah.
And so he is a one-note child's imagination
He's
of a
Arthur
hero.
isn't.
And so now just the
Arthur
argument.
is.
So now just the argument is, what would Arthur imagine a hero to be? And you're saying he would imagine it to be Adam West, and you're saying he would. Well, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but perhaps you're saying he would imagine it to be Johnny Bravo. I'm thinking, if I was writing if I was having a conversation about pitching the Tick, I'd be pitching Johnny Bravo. I'm not saying I don't like Peter Serafinovic's performance, because it is amusing.
It's delightful.
Yeah. And it's nice.
Minutes.
Nice now in a situation, obviously we remember Adam West quite fondly. He's just died recently, so it's quite nice to be reminded of Adam West at this point. I just don't know. I don't know which one would have been better.
I think I would like to know what came first, that characterization or the script.
Yeah.
Because what he's doing is
great.
Great.
Did you go right? Because when I heard Peter was being cast, I was like, that is fucking great. Yes, of course he should.
He's a big, broad guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's a bit stringier maybe than
Patrick Warburton.
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah.
And
And I imagine Warburton played it like Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
I don't remember watching much of it, but I think he played it as Warburton.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't have a range.
He's just like, I'm a big fat, but I'm a big, broad muscle guy. Yeah. He's Joe from Family Guy the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. But so when I heard Peter was being cast, I was like, yes, that's absolutely brilliant. But I assume that they had, the first thing is like, what are we doing with the character? And it's just like, what works? And I suppose they just
and I mean, he's effectively decided to play him stupid.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big
I mean,
part.
that definitely needs to be done. Like, that's the joke in the Tick.
I don't think he's playing stupid. I think he's playing him naive.
Yeah,
he's
okay.
3 days old.
Yeah.
No, there's some stupid as well. Like,
I found that really interesting, actually, and I understand that that's why we come to the deduction. I completely forgot about that situation where when he's talking to the Tick and he's just like, yeah, no, I'm just
funny
really
thing,
vague.
I don't remember anything from 3 days ago.
Yeah.
it was sort of tragic.
Yeah, and I was like, is this going to be an amnesia thing? Is this going to be
I don't think it's that. He just
No,
didn't
it's not
exist.
now. No, definitely not. He just didn't exist. No, that's definitely clear.
It's also a moment where it's like, do you have a place to go?
Yeah. That's really nice. So to the audience who haven't seen it, there's a bit where Arthur's met the Tick in a Tyler Durden type way, and then it's like, okay, so we've done this thing together. See you later. And Arthur's like, okay, from the information you just told me, I kind of assume that you don't know where to go. It's like, okay, come and stay at my place, which is nice. But then Arthur wakes up the next day, and the Tick has invited this homeless guy to live with him.
Tinfoil Kevin.
Tinfoil Kevin is now living with him as well, because the Tick just assumes that that's okay, because that's what Arthur did to the Tick, so the Tick's now allowed to do it.
It's like, why have you invited this homeless man to live here? Because he didn't have a home.
In the same reason you invited me in here, yeah. And the fact that, but luckily, like, Arthur does have a relationship with Kevin, because you see that beforehand. Like, Kevin is the resident homeless man.
Yeah, he's
and
Tinfoil Kevin.
And Arthur is friendly with him because Arthur is that type of person. Yeah, so it's but I just found that it's so adorable.
Yeah, and I'm glad as well, because like they could have played it like the homeless man he brought in was like your classic drunken bearded weirdo, just snarling at him from the sofa. But I'm glad that like it was enough of a relationship there that he could be like, all right, maybe I won't deal with this today.
Yeah. And Tinfoil Kevin, you were telling me, was played by Buzz from Home Alone. Which I think is great. He's getting work.
Yeah, Buzz McAdams.
Yeah.
Great, he's getting work.
Yeah,
he pops up every now and then in some of those.
Because I feel that about like when I see what's his name, Foggy Nelson in Daredevil. I'm like, you're one of the Bash brothers from fucking the Mighty Ducks. Like, I'm so glad that you've now got work.
On the rare occasions that you see Biff from fucking Back to the Future, I feel the same.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember the last time I saw him. Anything.
He is a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Whose entire performance is
I was Biff.
I was Biff in Back to the Future.
In the late 90s, he was
I've
in
just tried watching some of Freaks and Geeks that's on Netflix.
You say
and he's-
try. I love that show.
Oh, it sucks.
No, I'm like...
That's the early Apatow stuff, isn't it?
Very early.
Yeah, no, he got credited for that. He's the producer. It's Paul Feig stuff. You know, the guy who directed Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And, yeah. He's the showrunner, quote unquote, for that show. I love Freaks and Geeks like you wouldn't imagine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely amazing. Like, we'll have a conversation.
Yeah.
About
Okay. Okay. Anyway, he's the fucking he's the
teacher and that was the last time.
what do they call it? The phys ed teacher.
Yeah, the phys ed teacher.
And
That
he
was
has
the
to-
last thing I saw him in. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was good in that. How far?
I thought he was fine in it. I thought the one episode where he has to do the sex ed.
Yeah.
I thought was real funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Oh, so you got quite far then? You're plowing through it.
I was. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I gave up.
Okay. More tick. Anything else to say? We exhausted
I
it.
just
Costume. Let's talk about the costume. What? Yes. No. Swap.
I'm
from the-
fine. I'm fine
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
So the elephant in the room that you're talking about is in the pilot. It's one thing, which the pilot becomes episode 1, which
Yeah.
always is the case now.
Yeah.
I would like to know the last time that didn't happen. Sherlock.
Really?
Yeah, there's a pilot. There's an hour
yeah.
pilot that BBC saw and went, yeah, make that an hour and a half. So they just completely reshot the thing. It's fine. It still works, but what they produced is real glossy. But that was the last time I remember that happening, where a pilot didn't become episode 1. But yeah, so
it's not normally an English thing to do, and in America,
yeah,
they just for 22 episodes, they've just
Yeah.
put that as episode
Yeah,
1.
yeah,
make
yeah.
another 20.
Although it's interesting because even if it's kind of shot to be episode 1, sometimes American TV will go, yeah, no, that was your pilot. We're not airing that.
yeah.
As was the case with Firefly.
Firefly, okay, so the reason that happened with Firefly, though, is nothing to do with the problem with Pilot. Although I will say, out of that amazing catalogue, which is Firefly, episode 1 is the weakest.
Yeah, it does some heavy lifting in terms
Yeah.
of like introducing.
Yeah.
But actually, episode 2 is
no.
so good at like.
That's different. Yeah, Fox saw episode 2 and was like, wow, that's your fucking money shot there. And so they aired episode 2 first, and then wondered why the show didn't work and why audience didn't connect. Like, fucking idiots. Yeah, that's catastrophic. Like, just fucking show the first episode. Because it just has that thing where... I don't know, but I always go into a first episode of stuff knowing this is the worst version of what this show is going to be.
Yeah, this is the one that's it's gonna sit me down and say, this is the
You're getting
situation.
lectured, yeah.
These are the people. This is what we're gonna do.
Because I always feel that about the last time I really felt that about a show was Gotham, episode 1 of Gotham. It's like,
Yeah.
God damn, how many fucking characters do I need to meet for apparently no reason whatsoever? Yeah, but I'm not saying that show's great because it's not. But like that, episode 2, like okay, now you're doing what you want to do, sort of thing. Yeah, but I didn't think that about this pilot. I thought it was because this is a simple premise enough that you can just pick
Yeah,
it.
no, to be honest, I didn't twig, like, because obviously you should always think, yeah, the first one's gonna be a pilot before it's a show.
Yeah.
But it didn't occur to me that first one was different.
Until
Because it's
the
actually
pop-
shot the same. Quite often with pilots, you'll get shit shot differently because you're shooting your pilot wherever you can, and by 2, you've got shit built.
Yeah.
But that isn't the case. Is everything feels shot somewhere.
Yeah.
So the only real difference is the thing we've danced around enough now. Fucking totally different costume.
Yeah.
And it's the first one's really interesting.
Yeah, so
But
they
looks
do
impractical.
They do like Frank Miller Batman ridges on his head.
Yeah.
It's all very
and all over his
textured.
body.
Yeah,
It's all textured.
yeah,
And like carved pecs and.
yeah. And then when we meet him in episode 2, like Arthur's like, "What?"
Why'd you look different? And he's like, "Thank you."
Yeah, yeah. He takes it as a compliment. Like, got some new friends. Yeah.
The
So
fact that they literally just left the building. Like, no time has elapsed.
Yeah, exactly that. Because like episode 1 kind of leaves on a cliffhanger. Yeah, that's quite a funny joke, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, he's on the roof, isn't he? It ends with him on the roof.
Yeah.
Episode 1.
And then he bursts through the window in episode
He comes
2.
back through the window. So
Oh,
he got,
yeah.
He got changed in the fire escape, apparently.
Yeah.
But
fine.
this kind of leans on the him being
Imagination,
a figment.
yeah.
Like,
That you can just change. And so that it would have been cool. I mean, they wouldn't have been able enough designs for every episode for it to happen. That would have been cool.
or like situationally, if he's punching people, he's built.
Yeah.
more. Budget would be insane.
Yeah, it would.
Did anybody else notice that when they first meet, every time he says the tick, he's like, "What's your name?" It's the tick. And I'll say notice, it's quite noticeable. Arthur ticks.
Yeah, that's why it's called the Tick.
Yeah, but so they really laid on heavy in those first 2 episodes that he was a figment of his imagination.
Yeah.
It really laid on, but I still don't understand why.
Because I think ultimately he is. Just not in the way... He's not like a figment of his imagination in that he doesn't exist. He's a figment of his imagination that he imagined him into existence.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that tick, the facial tick, is gone.
Yeah. But is that not kind of...
Because it's now out?
Yes.
And the big blue guy instead?
Yeah, that's what... I'm just trying to think of an example of where that's happened.
Oh, no, I kind of thought because he started taking his medication. When he gets home, he starts taking his medication again. But then he hasn't taken it since then, I suppose. Not that we've
Again, Sherlock is the other example where that's happened. You know, he's got the limp. Like, Dr. Watson has a limp.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't, because he's now...
It's psychosomatic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sort of thing it didn't really click for me because I was so in awe as an adult review because obviously I'm a child watching The Tick and I was like, oh, he's called The Tick because he's...
A big tick.
Yeah, this is, you got Batman, you've got characters that are named after...
Also, you know what he is? He's a flea.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we're going to be honest, he's not a tick.
Yes, he is. But it was just like, as a kid, you're like, okay, so he's being this most ridiculous, unheroic animal.
Yeah.
This is hilarious, he's the tick.
I'm the kitten.
So then when watching this, and then it's like, oh, he's not the tick, he's the tick.
Yeah.
Facial tick.
I was so impressed by that kind of, as an adult realising something I didn't as a child, that I didn't even pick up on, other things about that. As soon as it was that, I was like...
Yeah. I'm glad they stopped...
And then didn't read into it anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad they stopped doing the facial tick, because it was like... It was a bit... I think that's a hard thing to affect very well. Mm-hmm. Case in point, Lore from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd cred. But that is a big, ugly, obvious. Yeah. Like throws his head into it.
But you also pointed out with the 1990 version of It, where one.
Yes.
As a kid he has a stutter and as an adult he has a stammer.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, it's the
same fucking thing.
It's the same thing. It's fine. Like they didn't get on board with which one they were gonna do.
Or care.
Or like in the heads of whoever was making that. / actors, they were one of the same.
They may as well have called it a lisp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You visit him in the 80s, and he's when he's 80 and he's lisping.
Can't pronounce his W's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Any more for anyone? We good?
That's all I've got to say about the character, and that was kind of the last unturned stone.
Yeah.
So I think we're covered. What do we think we're going to see from the next 6? Because, as we've sort of said...
More of Superion, definitely.
More of Superion.
Yeah.
But we've kind of seen half a season, even though they've packaged it as a season.
Yeah.
So what's going to be the conclusion of this arc? They're not going to kill the Terror.
I hope not.
No.
I hope it's a Justice League style ending of Overkill, Superion, the Tick, and Arthur.
Yeah.
That's what I want
What
to see.
I'm thinking we'll see more of is because, maybe once they're spending the rest of their budget a bit more, is because we know that... So what we've had established in this is this city no longer has a group of heroes because the Flag 5 died, and that Superion is kind of...
the world's hero.
Yeah, he's kind of the federal government as opposed to the local. And so what we haven't seen any of is, other cities' heroes.
Yeah. So you want to see...
So
you want to
a bit of
a
manhunt across some cities and see some... This is...
That'd be cool.
This is so-and-so a city protected by fucking Catman Dude if we're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love it. They won't because they're basing on a comic and isn't the original properties. But I'd love for them to do the Catman Dude version of Batman Beyond, where Catman Dude's this old man that's kind of training.
Catman Dude version of Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Comes back grizzled, taking no prisoners, mauling fuckers.
Now I'm mauling.
Yeah, exactly. He makes fucking Overkill look like a puppy dog. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to think of... Is there any other archetypes that you really want them to like?
So we've got tech hero. Yeah. We've got alien origin hero.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see some bitten by a radioactive something or other.
Yeah, well, I was going to bring that up, not through the bitten by radioactive, by the something that's come up recently, that's all in the zeitgeist, is the teenager out of their depth. I'd like to see that. Or does Arthur tick that box? I'm thinking of your...
No, he's 28.
Yeah, but, kind of, the Peter Parker, Barry Allen...
some Peter Parkers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Most of your part.
45-year-old
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, because you got your Barry Allens and Tobey Maguires that, Barry Allens and your Peter Parkers that, you know, young that have so much power. I would like to see that archetype.
I think
maybe.
the other heroes we're seeing though, we're not going to be seeing their struggle.
Mm-mm.
Like we're going to be seeing, like it's going to be the Watchmen thing of like the costumes looking.
Okay, we need a
crisp
Wonder
and-
Woman. We need a strong, independent woman.
A female hero because we've got a
Yeah.
brilliant female villain in this.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe we'll see the development of what the sister's going to be
Yeah. Yeah.
because we see her go back. She's integrating.
I
back
just
in
think
with
she's
the mob.
going to do plot heavy lifting. She's going to be the one that kind of. She's the guy
Oracle?
that gets you to the guy. Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to fill the Oracle.
She's going to be the smart person in this group. Yeah.
Yeah, because we've got kind of a dumbass robot.
Yeah.
Like which can effectively just got an internet connection. It's
Yeah.
superpower.
The exposition dump.
Yeah, we've got the
Is
paramilitary.
that not the whole boat?
It is,
it's
I
the
think.
whole
Yeah.
boat.
Yeah.
It's called Danger Boat.
Yes,
That's
it is.
amazing. Yeah.
How do we not
Yeah.
mention
So
that?
yeah, he'll open the door and yeah. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Yeah. We've got the psycho paramilitary guy with some like eye enhancement tech.
Yeah.
We've got tech hero and we've got weird alien hero.
Yeah.
Kind of in the tick is that as well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just kind of this generically superhuman.
Yeah.
So I think we need to expand the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Well, going back to what you said just a minute ago about the teenager with too much power, that's sort of the tip though, isn't it? Because he's kind of young, naive.
Well, he's more a
doesn't-
toddler with too
Yeah,
much.
but the
doesn't
thing
really
about
know
the
what to do about it.
teenager is he's the guy that takes a step back from this weird situation and goes, "Whoa, what?" He's the eye of the audience. Like, I'm way out of my depth. You know.
Yeah, and we haven't had anyone being irresponsible with their power.
Yeah.
We've had people being full-on villains with their power, and we've had the
I tell you,
Tick
I mean,
being-
this is kind of what I'd love this show to take some time out to do. Is just not worry about the plot of the Tick, but just explore this universe. I'll give you an example of that. Like when Heroes was well into it, like being massive.
Oh, those first couple seasons were good.
Yeah, but like after season 1 hit like a big bad way, there was a thing that they were going to do where I can't remember if it was going to be called Heroes. Basically, a bunch of directors, movie directors, were going to do a solo episode each of this side project Heroes, and I think they had Kevin Smith and Robert Rodriguez signed up, and they were going to get a few more. And you were allowed to just do what the fuck you want for an hour.
Someone's got a power. Go.
Someone's got power, make a story. And then the one that everyone loved the most was going to join the roster of Heroes.
Well,
Like, that's the kind of thing I want to see in the Tick, where
Yeah.
it's just like, let's like not worry about the main plot. I want to explore, like,
yeah, I'd love that.
take this sensibility. And the thing is with the Tick, which is great, is you don't need to do it for a whole episode. You just need to do it for fucking 2 minutes, like with Catman Dude. Like, just show me.
I don't care who else they bring in. We're gonna pick Catman Dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Just so we can say Catman Dude more.
It's just
It's
Well,
not just the
that's
name, though.
accidentally brilliant.
It's not just the name I like. I love the fucking...
big furry. He looks like he was playing fucking McCavity.
Yes, he does. He looks like he's in the fucking Cats musical, doesn't he? No, I just like the deconstruction of Adam West Batman there, like, and the fact it's shot in that kind of crappy 60s way. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So what I also enjoyed, and I said before, was the fact I could just bash it out one night.
Yeah, they're like
a
20, 23-minute episodes.
Yeah, it's a TV show that you don't have to commit to.
Isn't it weird that even when we make shit that we know full well isn't going to have an ad break, we still make it like 23 minutes?
Yeah,
Well, not all of them are. No, one of them's 27, one's 28.
Okay, so
Couple
they're,
of
they're
23.
using their freedom a little more.
Yeah.
I think you and I have talked about this before, Danny, when it came to the idea of like, TV shows and how long they should be. And I think I made it, if you're a good show, just don't edit down, sort of thing. I think I was talking to you about, there was an episode of one of the what's it called, American Horror Stories.
Yeah.
I was watching, Katie had it on and I was watching, it went on for an hour and 3 minutes. I was like, that's exactly what you do.
Yeah.
You don't need a studio being like, an hour and 3, can you just...
Yeah, because we got a big Cheerios spot. That we
Yeah, can you
paid
just
for.
trim that down to an
Sorry,
hour
they've
so we
just
can
paid for.
find that, like... Because I was half watching the show. There's definitely some establishing shots I could cut down, or some corridor walking that I could get rid of. But the fact they were like, no, fuck it, we'll make it this length, and the fucking the channel can work out how to air it. So, well, yeah, they'll just have to put up with it.
Yeah.
However, and I think that's the way it should be made. I don't like this idea.
Definitely, you don't have to have adverts
Yeah.
as well. Like,
I mean, we talk about the Netflix Marvel stuff. It's like, if you can't write 13 episodes, don't write 13 episodes. Don't be stuck to a format.
Yeah.
Don't put Danny round in another board meeting.
Exactly. If you only write 7 episodes, that's fine. If 8, because this is the thing. It's like we have this conversation. Was like, okay, there's 7 episodes. Oh, maybe you should just do 8 episodes, like Defenders. No, or 9 or 10. Like, it doesn't need to be an even number. It doesn't.
Yeah.
In fact, it doesn't even need to be a length. If you make the last episode half an hour long, because that's all you can write. Like, there is no slot anymore. Just do what the fuck you like. In fact, the fact that all the episodes are in any way the same length, kind of.
It needs to be that for pacing.
Do you think so?
Because you should always write an arc within your episode. Like, even though we've said that.
No, but what I mean
sometimes
is,
they're
what I
less
mean is, if you I think it's like.
It won't feel like an episode of the same show.
I want to do this in this episode, or this episode is going to be about this. Well, I can only do that in half. You know, I can't do that in an hour. I can only do that in half an hour. Then make the episode half an hour.
Yeah, I just don't think it'll feel like the same show. I mean, like, a part of a show's pacing, like, is that kind of credits to credits.
Okay.
Like, that's... It's probably,
you
like...
need some boundaries.
Just deeply, like, in the back of your mind you're aware of it, but it would feel weird.
Subconsciously.
Like, I'm slightly worried about the next season of Game of Thrones being, like, feature-length episodes.
Right, because you feel like pacing.
And when we went with Sherlock, we went from, like, fucking 3-hour episodes, rock and roll, to the later season, I think they were, like, an hour or something like that.
No, they've always been 90 minutes, so nothing's changed there.
Nothing's changed?
No, I might be wrong that maybe...
I might be thinking of another show.
But yeah. They were an hour and a half definitely to start with. I'm sure the others are still an hour and a half. I might be wrong. I don't think they dropped. Quality dropped, but...
Ooh.
not quality, but craziness. Like
Ran out of ideas,
and I feel like they're not set in the same reality anymore. Like,
Okay.
I feel that season 4.
I never watched the last season. I never got around to it. And then I heard some bad things about it, so I just never bothered trying to.
Did you like the other 3 seasons?
Yeah, I loved them.
Then you'll like this. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
reason you won't like it. It's just a little, like, it's grading gold is all we're doing. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a very, very good show instead of an excellent show.
Yeah,
season
okay.
4. Yeah, but my problem is it was just so amazing those first couple of seasons that now that you're at the point where season 4 is, it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
like when they're in that weird, like, overlong saw trap.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, the explanation is basically magic when
Yeah.
it comes to something. Like, because they've run out of ways to go, like, yeah, if you're smart enough, you could do this. They're now just like, you would have to be an extraterrestrial intelligence.
That's the thing is about as intelligence as well, is you just go, they write themselves a mystery where you're like, buh, 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 and then but when you take a step back from it, you go, hang on a minute, that doesn't even make sense from the original concept though, because you just subverted something over here.
Yeah.
They don't quite, and I felt that about that episode.
Which is, unsurprisingly, some of the same problems, like, you get deep enough into Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Like, it just stops
I don't
being
think you
sensible.
need to go that deep into Doctor Who.
Some of the first fucking seasons are great. Like, David Tennant's flawless.
Okay.
Shut up and leave me alone.
I was an Eccleston fan myself.
Fuck that grumpy old northern prick.
Okay. Right, I think we'll wrap this up. Okay.
The tick!
The tick. I'm thumbs up. Are you still thumbs up? Are you changing
Have we
your mind?
talked you off the ledge at all? Do you want to see the other half of this season?
Yeah, you've talked me up a bit.
You're not tuning out, are you?
No,
You're not tuning
no.
out.
You've talked me up a bit. I'm all.
I think if you're a fan of this podcast because you like comic books and all, I think you should definitely check it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's no one, like, I can't think of any of my immediate circle that I go, this one's not for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's just good and funny.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not the best.
Yeah.
It's the only
It's
problem.
funny towards the end.
okay, so I think the humour's there in the early days. Catman Dude is there right from the beginning, my friend. I think we've all worked out.
That should be the name of the
That's the best
episode.
joke.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think my only regret is it's almost amazing. I think in the hands of someone a little bit slicker, like the concept there is like,
It just had a little bit of Whedon polish.
Yeah, okay, I didn't want to say his name.
It's always the one.
Yeah. I didn't want to say his
I was
name.
looking at you.
Why are you against saying Snyder and Whedon today?
I don't, because it just feels like
because we say him enough.
Yeah,
It's
it's
probably
like,
because we have set them up as the Christ and Antichrist.
I was just about to make that the angel and devil on this podcast. Yeah. And interestingly, what we're going to see in November is going to be a nice little
battle between them.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice little mix.
See if that movie can get dragged out of hell.
Wow, yeah, I think it's going to hit 3 stars. I think that's where that's going to.
I think you're ambitious.
You think I'm ambitious?
Fuck
you. It's going to be 5 stars to make 200 million.
Yeah. Opening weekend.
Yeah. Danny's got that film in a little sweepstake of ours.
Okay. Right, okay, we'll wrap this up. I've been Doug.
I've been Dan.
I've been Danny.
Read more comics.